This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium Short-Take. This Infinium Short-Take is entitled An Analogy. My brothers, we all know that the passport bros are a hot button topic, particularly when it comes to American BAW womanists, which accordingly there has been a lot of intense discourse from both the male and female camps regarding the efficacy as well as the ethics behind the passport bros as a whole. In general, among most American BAWs, there is vehement disdain against the passport bros and as well a general consensus that black men have no right to obtain passports whatsoever. My brothers, I would like to present to you all a simple analogy as to what I feel is truly taking place in terms of the vehement reactions by American BAW womanists towards the passport bros. For the purpose of this analogy, I will use A, a computer you own, B, proper operation of that computer being tantamount to respect, C, improper operation of that computer being tantamount to disrespect. Without further ado, here now is the analogy. In your day-to-day tasks, the computer you own is an important part of your work. As such, being a machine, your computer has to be properly operated in order for it to accomplish what it needs to do. Nevertheless, despite the implicit instructions to properly operate the computer because of the inherent dangers of doing otherwise, you choose to operate the computer the way you see fit. For a time, you seem to be getting away with improper operation of the computer, but suddenly one day it stops working. In an effort to get the computer to function again, you choose to try to figure things out based on what you feel is wrong with it, but not what the instructions to the computer say what the problems may be. And as well, you try some troubleshooting steps that you came up with, like slapping the case a few times to see if the computer will function again. Which, after a period of time, you become so frustrated with the computer that you put it out on the curbside outside of your house. You even go so far as to put a note on the computer which says it's a useless piece of dusty garbage. One day, as you're working on your new computer, you hear someone pull up to the curb outside of your house. When you peep out the window, you see that someone is loading the computer you put out on the curb into their car. Instead of going back to what you were doing on your new computer, you become angry and you run outside to confront the person who is taking the old computer. And in doing so, you begin to rant and rave at the top of your lungs about how the old computer is still yours, even though you put it out on the curb. And as well, even though you put a note on the computer which indicated that it was useless, dusty garbage. Despite your ranting and raving and your crazy threats, like reporting the person to the city for not paying their taxes, the person just gets into their car with your old computer and drives away. You become more indignant, storm back into your house, and immediately begin putting cray posts out on social media about how this person was not entitled to a computer which you labeled as dusty garbage. In fact, one of your TikTok posts is so cray, it gives credence as to why the platform should be banned. Finally, because you just cannot let things go, you continue to make cray social media posts for months on end about this computer. For the person who picked up the old computer from the curb, they found immediately that it was just a simple matter of getting it to work and to function correctly. This is because they did follow the proper operating instructions for the computer from the get-go. And as a result, found it was not useless, dusty garbage, but instead a computer of great value. My brothers, the aforementioned analogy, although simplistic, shows the closed-door conditions and the compounding of those closed-door conditions, which in particular American BAWs have created as well as exasperated. Furthermore, by classifying black men as useless, dusty garbage through things like divestiture has only resulted in a further diminishment of what little obligation black men have for American BAWs, and consequently the strengthening of the overall resolve black men have when it comes to walking away from unappreciative as well as disrespectful American BAWs. This is the MGTOW Infinium, and this has been an Infinium Short-Take. My MGTOW brothers, as always, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path, and remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.